Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson. People have been asking if we gained a lot of weight between this setup and the last. And the answer is yes. It also has to do with the horrible camera angle that I like and will motivate us to get skinny.
I'm not even
both
fat.
of us. Both of us together get skinny. Definitely. Okay, welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
And this is Jojo's Bizarre Adventure, Part 4, Episode 2. Diamond is Unbreakable, Episode 2. What happened last time?
Last time, the tortoise survived. Is this the start of Jojo not killing every single animal that we encounter? Let's see.
I'll never tell. Let's go. Leave a like and subscribe. Only 30% of you are subscribed. That's
Keep
it.
it that way.
Yeah, keep it that way. You won't. Let's go. And Angelo is outside of the house. The milkman. Lucky Land milk. Of 84? Or 94?
It's a 94.
Did it say 94?
I can't remember.
It's 1990 now.
84 then. Don't call him on it. Oh, he has the little at the back of his head too. This guy is so bad.
Oh.
So he can't just possess people without.
They have to somehow ingest. Holy shit.
What the?
Oh my fucking god!
I literally feel like throwing up. That was disgusting.
Somehow I had blocked that out of my memory. That was.
I can't understand what. Oh, this. Ooh.
You've technically seen this, but.
It's been a while. Does he just love that hairstyle with like the back little
I think he's just going through a thing.
phase?
How do you like that, OP?
I love that OP. It's a good one.
First 2D one.
Smart. He just loves it.
Josuke, この写真どうしたの？屋さんだわ。知り合いなの？
Shit.
おいジョスコーヒーからお袋の口の中に入っていくのが見えた。おいジョス。
Oh shit.
ミルクと砂糖も入れてくんない？
ミルクと砂糖だっけ？
ああ、ジョタロさんか。
Super effective. He like punched through her and broke it.
So that he can catch it inside. That's so cool. Damn.
Oh, Jotoro's on the scene.
Just every time I see the hat in his hair, I'm just like...
That's a baseball. He's playing an N64 as well.
You.
Oh, they're attached, remember? So he shakes him around, he's like, ah, fuck.
Yeah.
He's banging mom.
Actually, that's what Jotaro should have told him, to just keep messing with it or something, so that he wouldn't
stun him, yeah.
Yeah. Like if he was just constantly shaking it up like that, what would he do?
Oh, he caught him.
Just gonna knock over that. Weekly scare.
Oh, that's a baseball. Oh, the 90 version.
次のニュースですという変死事件が本日未明で7人にも上ることが分かりました。
Jesus.
で、病死なのか事故死なのか警察は慎重に捜査。話は聞いている。わしには何か犯罪のかこの町にはヤバいやつが潜んでる気がしてしょうがない。
Grab that. What are you doing? Literally, what are you doing? Why would you do that? You had one job. This. How did it do that? How did it do that?
That quick? That was quick.
That's bad. That's really sad.
So you can heal and he's also super strong. Oh my fucking god, this guy.
瓶の線をじいちゃんが開けちまった傷だ。こんな傷ぐらい簡単に俺のスタンドが。そんなはずはだ。俺のスタンドは傷を治せる。子供の時から。ほらじいちゃん、ふざけると怒るよ。夜勤明けなんでマジに痩せ勝負ならもういいって。じいちゃん。じいちゃん、傷は完璧に。人間は何かを破壊して生きていると言ってもいい世界だ。お前の能力はこの世のどんなことよりも優しい。生命が終わったものはもう戻らない。15年間警察官として毎日この街を守ってきてたし、アンジェロがやったらしい殺しのニュースを聞いたとき、街を守っている男の目になった。アンジェロは何人も殺している。死体が見つかっていない街の人間も何人かいるはずだ。奴の殺人に理由、これからも殺すだろう。まずお前とお前のおふくろさんを俺がこの町とおふくろを守りますよ。どんなことが起ころうと。葬式も終わってクローゼットの中に、その奥には初老の男が、これがわしの趣味。靴や靴下やシャツやズボンがきちっと畳ま。しかしいずれどこかへ処分。その人の娘が思い出があるから捨てたくないと思いながらも、誰ももうこれらを着ない。
ケ君、今はあんまり人に会いたくないよね。
缶か瓶詰めの飲料水と食物以外はやばいから口にする。おふくろさんは葬式の後親戚の家に行ってもらいました。アンジェロをぶっ倒してくれた。別に切れちゃいませんよ。チコッと頭に血が。冷静ですよ、全然ね。
Just the mention of his name.
おめんちの家具だから、おめえが何に。
The whole Dr. Seussed out.
この間俺が殴った時の傷だな。お前のスタンドは自分のスタンドで自分の傷は治せない。
That's cool. I was wondering what the sort of the limitations of that were.
It's a pretty badass limitation if you think about it.
俺の負けです。 のスタンドまた瓶の中に閉じ込めようってのがある。ジョスケ、おめえの能力はよく分かった。明日から明後日
What is he drink?
のんびりとちゃんとそれを待ってやるぜ。
Is he drinking blood? 3 days.
See, this guy's just a psycho. I mean, he literally is, but he's just waiting,
Yeah.
staking it out.
This whole conflict is like so much more than I remember, but like I'm just reminded, I guess, of how crazy this conflict is. Rain!
Oh no.
Oh! Nobody's as fast as him.
俺がこの時を待って、この家は俺のものだ。
You'll never be able to leave now. That's right. Oh.
Oh fuck. That was cool.
So the steam is in there. That's pretty smart.
アンジェロのスタンドが家の前が水を飲むのを待っていたのではない。雨を待っていたのか。いや、液体の中を。
God. Oh, that's what it was like in the photos.
に近づくな。蒸気をやった。
グレートですよ。
吸い込んだやそいつがですね。どうもここから出たところでもアンジェロのやつすでに屋根に何か
Bastard.
外に行ってもやばいということはグレートですよ。
He's totally fucking up their house.
I mean, he is trying to murder them
That's also
and possibly
true.
nail their genitals to a post.
That's also true.
水の中に混じる能力というのが思わなかったぜ。
Holy fuck.
何がおかしい。追い詰められちまった。おい。だってですよ、ジョタロウさん。敵がこんなそばまで近づいてきてくれてん。グレートですよ。こいつは。さて、そろそろ仕上げにかかる。
Instead of punching him, you should grab him.
He just slipped through your. You don't want
I guess that's true.
to. You don't want to grab him.
どう切り抜ける。切り抜けるってのはちょい。
Yeah, couldn't he fix the holes in the ceiling?
Yes.
とりあえず蒸気はせ。
Fucking humidifier!
Oh shit!
壁をぶち破ってこの部屋に来ると思う。英語でも試験の問題でもよ。今の俺みてえにウパパってな笑いが腹の底から。
Oh, the stand and him have different voice actors.
こみ上げてくる。アンジェロの今言ったことは。そうですか。予想したことがその通りハマ。このアンジェロの野郎に対して。
That was pretty
my
nice.
God.
にして飲み込んどいたんですよ。
Oh,
That's fucking even more genius.
that's
He just swung it around. That's epic.
that was so good, shredded up. I was like, how did he have that?
See, that's a great thing about this part as well. At least as far as I remember, I could be wrong. But the consistency of the stand
Actually,
powers,
yeah.
you know?
And that he's actually being smart. I hope that they actually kill this guy. In the last part, they just didn't kill pretty much anyone other than Pet Shop got actually killed and everyone else got away with it.
Yeah,
Not-
okay.
not-
We're not
really not
Batman
even
here,
close.
alright?
Speak for yourself. They're gonna seal him in that rock.
永遠に供養しろ、アンジェロ。俺のじいちゃんも含めて、てめえが殺した。守ったこの町で永久に生きるんだ。アンジェロ岩。アンジェロ岩。約束の場所として不気味な外見、庶民に親しまれている。
It became like a little landmark.
それにしても、やれやれだぜ。
banger time.
This is such a good song.
Shout out to all my Aussie viewers.
I love that song. So
Isn't that
that's
such
really cool.
Isn't that a great ending?
It's just that I feel like this one. This is my favorite Edie song that they've had. Actually, the last one was really good as well. It was really
Last Train Home.
Yeah,
Last Train Home. That was
too.
really good too. I love this one. This one is great because it updates with like the events of the show. With like the more people we see and the more things get introduced, like the town changes because it's all going through the whole town.
That's cool.
It's a great one.
Yeah, and I love the OP for this one too. When I was hearing it, I remembered it. I can't fully remember it now, but like that
Crazy noisy bees.
I don't know. There was like another part of it that I really liked. Yeah. So now we've like wrapped up the first stand.
Angelo is no more.
He's now a
fucking
attraction.
Rock. Yes. He's a makeout rock. That's pretty much it.
He was horrible. He might have been one of the I think he was the worst.
He might have
person.
been the worst. Like there was the
there
was the Tower of Grey who crashed planes for a living.
No. The what was his name? I hated him so. The worst guy.
Alessi.
Yeah, Alessi.
Alessi was bad, but he was just an implied pedophile. This guy is a actual canonical pedophile who mutilated the genitals of the children that he assaulted. So
this guy, nothing even comes close to this guy.
I think he was the worst.
I think
possibly
he has
in
to
the
be the
whole
worst.
thing. Like even from what I remember for the rest of the show.
I don't really see how you could get like this. He was so bad even before he had a stand.
Yeah.
He's really bad.
It's like you remember.
He was 12 years old. He was literally just evil.
You remember with Dio, like how they just kept like everything he did made him worse and worse, and it's like how can you get worse? Like everything they did.
Possibly
yeah,
do?
It's like he
was already the worst.
But he was like a supernaturally bad person.
Yeah.
But the thing about this that's unsettling is that it's not like, oh, I used my magic to transform this man into a monkey chimera creature. No, I think
what makes it the worst is that he did all of that before he had his stand.
Yeah.
So it was like a lot of the other ones, they were shitty people. And then when they got their stand, they were able to act on it because their stand was this one specifically to allow them to do something.
Means to do shit,
but this guy was just horrible all along. I almost don't even really want to talk about him anymore because he's just really.
Do you love Josuke's stand even more now? Isn't it so awesome?
I really like Josuke's stand. I do feel like maybe the fact that it is also like a punching stand is maybe like I almost wish it kind of wasn't, but just because it's
he's the main character
but I guess,
after all.
Yeah, I guess you kind of have to have him be able to fight something, but it also would have been interesting if. Well, I guess he has to be able to fight stuff because this whole thing is breaking it and then putting it back together. Mm-hmm. So
crazy diamond.
Mm-hmm. So I guess it makes sense. I just feel more engaged about when he's doing something crazy than
because
when
his stand has utility.
When he's just doing the same thing that Star Platinum does, which is just a beat.
But he's also not as fast as Star Platinum. It's like specifically he wasn't able. I mean, there were clutch moments, but it was all It was because he's Joseph's son. He has a bit of Joseph in him in the way that he acts. Well, the reflexes, but just the pre-planning. Like, he plans things in the most ridiculous way, but that make the most sense. Like, the swallowing the broken up rubber glove so that he could do that. That's some Joseph-type shit of, like, oh yeah, I was just carrying this grenade belt around just in case I ran into a vampire today.
Yeah, that's what I like about this. So, I mean, we're only in the first 2 episodes, but I hope that sticks with it. Because that was why I love part 2 so much, because it was fun, and they managed to pull stuff over on us as the audience.
Yeah.
With part 3, a lot of it was, you knew how it was gonna end. You could see it coming from a mile away, but the characters were so stupid that they didn't figure it out until the last second, and it was just kind of bullshit. With this one, it's seeming to take after part 2, in that it's that, and next you're gonna do this.
Exactly.
But he doesn't need to say that, he just has pre-acted on the plan, and then when it finally happens, he's good with it. So I like him so far, and I do like he seems to have a good personality for the main character. I'm liking it so far.
And rest in peace, Grandpa Higashikata.
Yeah, that almost made me want to cry. That was just he was just a guy.
It's so fucked up because he just like looked one way, it was talking to him, looked the other way, looked back, and then he was dead, and that was it. It's like now it's that quick. He's just fucking gone. But then Josuke sets up the sort of main plot for the rest of this part, which is my grandfather protected this town, and now I'm gonna protect this town, and that's what I vow. So that's his thing for the rest of this, is protecting Morio from whatever creepy shit is going on here. And so yeah, the first villain dealt with. Seemed like it was gonna be a series-long thing, not quite.
No. I'm glad it wasn't, because that guy was horrible. Imagine what kind of shit he would have been able to do if he was just the main villain of the series.
Yeah, that was pretty terrible. I think it was a measure darker than Araki might have wanted for a series-long villain, but pretty dope.
Yeah.
Pretty good villain to start it off, introduce us to the characters, bad enough to where we want him to be defeated, and funnily how he got defeated. It wasn't just killing him, it was like a fate worse than death.
I'm glad that it actually was, because I felt like in part 3, some of the guys, like, I'm like, they should literally be dead, because they're terrorists and murderers.
The part 3 protagonists?
No, the part 3 villains.
They did die.
No,
I mean, they said retired, but come on. They got shot into the sun.
Yeah, a couple of them, but some of them, they just got beaten up and then were left there, and we could see that they were alive.
I mean, they left that one guy in the desert with no water. They took his water.
Oh, okay.
The sun guy. Like, it's implied pretty heavily that they're dead. So.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking it's interesting just design-wise how it's changed, because before it was all about the thighs, but now they're wearing pants that don't show off the thighs. It's just a different silhouette, and it's interesting because they're not as ripped. They're wearing looser clothes.
Right. Yeah.
Which I like, because it was just getting a bit ridiculous.
And Josuke also looks more like a teenager than Jotaro did. Like, and
Jotaro,
going forward,
somehow Jotaro looks younger now than he did before.
Right, because everyone's not jacked out of their mind. Yeah, because like the end of part 3 is like a turning of the page for the series. Now we're getting into Josuke and then Giorno and people going on there. It's way more of the Lisa look for everybody. Or even thinner. Like Lisa was still very like defined curves and everything, whereas like Josuke is still clearly athletic, but it's more about the clothes, it's more about the fit.
It's more about the style.
Yeah.
Because you can tell, before it was the angles of their muscles and everything, and now it's just like, yeah, Jotaro's wearing like a baggy, like purple shirt with the popped green collar out of nowhere, the long jacket and the baggy pants.
And it's also the baggy pants and everything that's very 90s, which is this 1990, so it makes sense that he's keeping sort of with the theme of that. He's still got 2 belts.
I say he has the 2 belts, and then he has the matching like cuffs to the belts. I like that.
What I love about the style for this part is all of the medallions and like button and pins and shit that they have. I love that. It's like a big thing in this, like Josuke's flare on the collar with the anchors, and then the peace sign and the heart and everything. And the hearts are obviously a big thing, but also just like the jewelry is super on point for the design of all this shit. It's awesome.
I like that it's a lot less jarring to look at them when they're not just like ridiculously proportioned and muscled.
They feel more in world. You know what I mean?
It feels more like they're actual people, because literally no one, very rarely could someone look like that, and they just look like that naturally.
Yeah, it's I think the way they look in part 3 and previous works for that story that they're telling, but they're going for a different thing here, because it's not them being like they are called the Stardust Crusaders for a reason. They're like these larger than life behemoths of men
like charting a course across the world to go and fight an evil vampire who's been resurrected. Like, it's a different thing. So it makes sense that there's like larger than life people.
It's sort of like running around the town. If you're running around the town looking like how they looked before, the town doesn't want you to save them. You're a threat to the town.
Well, it's just, it feels more like they're a part.
They'll poke you in the eye with their elbow or something.
It feels more like they're a part of the town rather than just these things that are like, you know, globe-trotting, basically. So, yeah.
Yeah.
Cool shit. Leave a like and subscribe. Anything else you want to say?
No.
See you in the next one. I'm Carson. Bye-bye.
I'm Lindsay.